Hey guys, just heating up some coffee in there. Figured I'd do that while we're just waiting for a few people to show up. We're here down here at the base camp. I've been out here filming since about sunrise, a little after sunrise. We went out and did some of our chores with the herd. Got them all set up and taken care of. Ran into a coyote. I wasn't able to get him on film though. I was actually setting the trail cam up in a different area, trying to do a different rig, and as I was strapping the good morning, David. As I was strapping the trail cam to the tree there come this coyote just running right by me like he didn't even care that I was there. So yeah, I had to get the cam away from the last spot that I had it set up in. The good news is, whenever I got to the cam this morning, I had 48 clips on there over the last couple of days. The bad news is, of those 48 clips, only about 2 of them are actually deer, and the rest of them are coyotes. So the coyotes were coming in there getting the bait that I'd put out. I got fed up with that, so I went ahead and I moved it about a mile north and put up a new rig. So after I got all that done, headed down here to camp to kind of regroup a little bit. Wanted to get this live stream in, fixing some stuff up. You can see the fire going back there in the old wiki up. Getting my lunch ready to go, and kind of regroup a little bit for the second half of the day. So if you guys could please like and tweet this out, or share it on Facebook, share it wherever you guys share it at. Let's get some more people in here, because what we got going on today is you guys, the viewers, are going to be choosing what I do for the second half of the day. So it's all up to you guys. Good morning. Yeah, it sounds like a coyote hunt, don't it? I got a I pointed this out before. Coyotes don't run in packs. But I got 3 of them up there. So what it is it's a mom and her 2 pups that are running around in the woods up there, and they've been putting some stress on my deer herd, and you know, just doing shit that coyotes do. They come in, they steal my bait around the trail cams, and we did some other stuff out there today. The shed hunt's coming up. I ran into HB and his boys today. They still got their racks on their head, so they ain't dropped yet. So what I did was I put out some snares, and we're going to see if we can tangle their racks up and knock them off that way for an early pull. And in next week's episode, you guys will get to see how I set up my rack snares to see if we can just bump them off of their heads a little early. It's not going to hurt the deer at all. They'll be fine. I'll show you that setup in next week's episode and how we did that. I put out 4 of them, so I got 4 different spots all over the woods where the boys have been traveling through. I put them around a lot of rub sites. Yes, Rich, this is live. Welcome to the live stream, Rich. My coffee should be about ready to go. Actually, I think I'm gonna make cocoa today. I got options in my backpack, so I think I'll go ahead and make me up a cup of cocoa real quick, and I'll be right back with you guys. Like I said, if you can, tweet this out, share it on Facebook, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate all that. We'll get some more people in the room here, and after we get you know, quite a few people in the room, we'll see if yes sir, you made it. We'll see if we can start the topic of what you guys are going to want to see on the second half of next week's Huntsman episode. I did do a lot of filming this morning, so I don't know if I'll be able to cram everything that I filmed this morning into one episode, or if it's going to come out in a 2-parter. But the second part of, however it works out, the second part of it, you guys are going to decide what I do for the second half of the day today, and it could be anything that you want. It could be something here at camp. It could be a bushcrafting thing, it could be a hunting thing, it could be a tracking thing. I can take you up, show you the new trail cam site. If you don't want to wait for the episode, I can show you how to set up a rack snare where maybe you can get some drop tines early on in the shed hunting season. Get you a deer rack that way. Whatever you guys want to see, we'll see if I can pull it off. I'll pull it off. So this is the second part of this episode is going to be your choice. But before we get to all that, I'm going to go in here and fix my hot cocoa, and then we'll get set up and do this a little bit more, okay? Be right back. You know what? You want to take a look real quick? I don't really have to leave you guys sitting out here in the cold. I mean, you can come on in the house if you want to. We'll take a quick look at the camp there. So, there's my wiki up. We got a little bit of a windbreak over here. This windbreak over here, never actually used it for sitting outside yet, but I probably will. Look how, I mean, we've had some crazy weather, and this is just dry as shit under here. We put this up. We put this windbreak up, and yeah, rack snare. We put this up in about 20 minutes, but that thing there, that is a beast, and it took us about a day to put that rig up and get it that bulky. We put the front door on later, but yeah, you guys can come on in the house here, and we'll fix something up. Hopefully it ain't too dark and you can still see. Got my bed back here, all laid out. Don't use no sleep pad or anything like that. I just put hemlock boughs down and go that route. I do not own a sleep pad. Nope, that's gonna be too bright facing the door. So we'll set you up over here, and we'll get to fixing something here. There we go. Oh yeah, my coffee's boiling. Well, not gonna be coffee, but you guys get the idea. And I did that thing, thank you, Jeff. I did that thing where I started this damn fire without any wood processing whatsoever. I just balled up some dead limb, threw a cotton ball in there, and sparked that thing up. And I made the joke in the episode that I need to just film a video of the secret to the 3-second fire. See all these guys doing all this shit, trying to get a fire going. I'm cold when I'm out here. I ain't got time to dick around. Get the hot cocoa going there. With marshmallows, because we're pussies like that. We have to have our marshmallows in our hot cocoa. Man, this reminds me of every time I'm fixing hot cocoa. Yeah, I can't wait to see some of the racks I might get too. I'm trying to get HB's rack. He ain't got the biggest rack, but he is a pretty well-balanced deer. And I've been tracking him for a year. I ran into him this morning. He's got 3 other bucks with him. Yeah, cold sucks, Jeff, it does. So I've been putting a lot of effort into trying to get, whoa, damn, that's hot. I might have to sit that aside a minute. Been putting a lot of effort into getting his rack without hurting him, because he's a fan favorite of the series. So I don't want to hurt that buck. I just want to get his rack, and in order to get his rack, I'm doing a couple of different things to try to do that. We got the trail cam set out so we can track them, and we can keep an eye on them and see when the racks do fall. And then we got the snares, the rack snares put out today. We got 4 of those out with apple and molasses underneath them. And what I'm doing with that, you can use chicken wire, but I used just regular wire, and I crisscrossed it between 2 trees, and then I put my apple and molasses down below that wire. So whenever the buck lowers his head to get those apples, his rack gets tangled up in that wire, and it just knocks his antlers right off. So you're just snagging the rack right off of the top of his head. And then whenever you go out to do your shed hunt, you just go check your traps. And it's that simple. Of course, you want to look around a little bit in case they fell off someplace else, but you always check your traps. It's just like trapping for rack. That's all you're doing. Oh, that's good cuckoo. Okay, let's go back outside, guys. Fire's died down. It's a little smoky in here. Yeah, it's a sneaky great idea. Like I said, on next week's episode, I actually filmed setting up a couple of them so you can see it firsthand, step-by-step guide on how to do it. Some fellas use chicken wire, and they'll just take a section of chicken wire about yay big, and they'll just put it up, tack it up between 2 trees, And then same principle, they lower their head to get the bait. Whenever they do, the rat gets tangled up in that, and it just bumps them right off. But it's not something that the deer is going to get hurt on. And the wire that I used today, it's only 25 pounds, so it's got enough test to give them a good tug, but it's not enough to where, I mean, they could snap it if they wanted to. So the principle is, don't hurt the deer, but just snag that rack enough to where it tugs it off of their head. They'll be fine, and you get your rack in a nice, pretty location. Next week's episode, we're going to do that a couple of times. And trapping rack, you want to see it? I actually might, cut that out of the main episode and actually release that as a standalone video. So it's kind of like a step-by-step. I do have some step-by-step. Thank you, I appreciate it. I do have a step-by-step guide within the episode of how to set that up. I might go ahead and cut that section of the episode out, and you guys will get a standalone video where you don't have to go searching through the channel to find it. You can just type in, you know, whatever I call it, shed trap, I guess you could say, and a rack trap, and you guys can get your step-by-step guide, and I'll go ahead and fill out the description on what kind of wire I use to test and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, this is a pretty good setup down here. Let me set this over here where it's dry and it stays a little warm, and I'll give you guys a quick tour here. So I picked this area here because we got the, let me just turn this around and give you the tour if I can. All right, we got the wiki up right there, and then it's a hybrid. It's not just a debris shelter. There's actually a 10x10 tarp underneath it as the primary heat reflector on the inside. Campfire goes right there in the middle. That tarp on the inside is a little bit of waterproofing and the heat reflector. The reason I put it at this particular spot is because I have a ridge that runs up here all that way. That first ridge acts as a pretty good block, right? The second ridge up here, that's a windbreak. Over here, we have a hemlock grove, natural hemlock grove right there. That's a windbreak. And then back here, just behind, now here's the wiki up. You see the slope, and I matched this slope to match the cliff going down to the creek. So any water laying around my camp just drains right off of that and goes right down there into that bowl. That bowl in the summertime is a meadow where I can go down there and get grasses as building material or fire starting material. And then I have access to water with the creek right here. Later on this year, what I'm going to be doing, this here is too steep. Sorry about that. This here is too steep for me to just drop down there to be able to go get access to my water. So we got this little ridge going right here. I'm going to turn that into a stairway and have a cut path that goes down there where I have direct access to the creek behind the wiki up. And we put this here up as just sort of a outside storage area, which stays really dry. And it's a good windbreak for the door of the shelter, so I can have the door open, and I still ain't going to get that, you know, blunt force wind coming right into my shelter. So if I need to ventilate for the campfire, or I just want to have the door open for the light, got that set up there. And then the door actually drops. You can see how I tied it up there, and we just filled it in with bows. We got some deer bones crossed in there as a little door knocker for anybody might come around. And that just goes up and down, just swings right there on the pivot. So that's the tour of the camp. It was a pretty good spot geography wise to set it up, just because I got windbreaks all around me, and I got natural, if you look up above here, I'm in a hemlock grove. So I've actually camped inside a hemlock grove during a thunderstorm, and I didn't get wet until I left the hemlock grove. So I made it a point to build the wiki up in that canopy right there. So that's my first barrier against the elements, is the actual canopy. That stays green all year round. It catches a lot of the rain, it catches a lot of the snowfall, and it just doesn't get down here. So I always look to the canopy for, that's my first roof, and then I build the second roof underneath it. So guys, we need to get to it. Let me check something here. Oh, we got some time. We got some time to play. We got people coming in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm gonna drink my hot cocoa here, and if you guys got any questions or anything like that you want to pop up about the camp or what I'm doing out here today, feel free to ask. While I can actually sit here and pay attention to the comment section of the stream, I really got to figure out how to make those comments last a little bit longer, because I get one comment and then it fades out and then the next one comes up. It's really odd, but that's iPhone for you, right? Once again, anybody new come in, please give me a thumbs up. Appreciate that. And share this video out on Twitter or Facebook, wherever you share your content at. Get some guys over here for the camp. Check it out. We get some more people in here. We get up to about 20 people. We'll go ahead and take one last tour so the new people coming in can see it, or I'll just back the camera up a little bit so they can see it. And then you guys are going to be let me know what to do for the second half of the day. So if you guys got any suggestions, if you guys have thought about it, subscribers to the channel, I put out some notices on social media. Thank you, Grim, I appreciate that. And it's better to have 14 than none, right? I put out some info on social media that was going to be doing this live stream, and I wanted you all, the viewers, to choose what I'm going to be doing today. So you guys are sort of directing the second half of my day. You tell me what to do, and if I'm able to do it, I'll go out there and do it. And then we'll film that as the second half of next week's episode. Sound cool? This is actually my lunch break. Like I said, I was up working with the deer all morning today. Come down here to do the stream. Catch a beaver for dinner. You know, I actually have a spot. It's a few miles away from here though, where I was walking along the creek one day and two beavers slipped into the creek. So I found their den, and I thought about putting a trap down there, but I didn't yet. So beaver might be on the menu in the future. You never know. You don't know what the hell we're going to run into from one minute to the next. And I had a fishing hole, good catfishing hole. Was down there catfishing one time. You're welcome, Jeff. I was down there catfishing one time, and a damn beaver slipped out from the tree that's right behind my catfish hole. I didn't catch anything that day. I think that beaver done scared all my cats away. I was pissed. So, my lunch today, I've been snacking on this Jack Link's Hickory Smoked Jerky. I usually carry this with me at work. This is like my daily go-to. I'll grab a bag of this on the way into work, and then I snack on it all damn day long. And I've been doing the same today. Out there trying to commune with the deer while eating jerky. But at least that's beef jerky and not deer jerky. Because if I was eating deer jerky while I'm talking to the deer, that'd probably be wrong. Oh, at least it ain't bad out here. We got up into the 40s today. It's supposed to get up into the 50s tomorrow, which is cool. As far as the shed hunt goes, some of the snow will be out of the way, and we'll actually be able to see the ground. You know, it makes them stand out a little bit better. But the bad part is all of this snow melt's going to cause a lot of flooding. And on my way in here, I have to cross a creek. The creek's froze solid, so I had to slide across it, and I didn't know if the ice was going to hold my weight. Yep, that's why I put that windbreak up there. I wanted this shelter to set up to where one structure is supporting the other as far as the elements go. Heat wave at 27. I know a couple fellas that live like that. And like I said, everything about this camp is layered. We got the canopy, which is a breakaway from the elements. It's tucked around some pretty good sized trees, which gives stability to the ground and a breakaway from the elements. The shelter itself, is a kind of a hyper shelter. We got a poly tarp around a heavy frame and rib work, and then debris shelter over on top of that, and then another debris shelter over on top of that. There's actually 3 layers to the wiki up. And I didn't stop with debris, and I'll show you this real quick here too. I didn't stop with just putting debris on. I went and I got split down some of these bigger logs like that, big planks and bark, and then put a shell on top of the debris itself, and then we put that there up to act as the shield for the front door. So there a lot of thought went into how can one structure support another. Hey, babe, you miss me? Everybody say hello to the Mrs. Huntsman's in the room. Exactly, Grim. A lot of water runs off of that. Don't have to worry about it coming down through. Those long planks on there also keep the debris from blowing away. I don't have to, I'll be here for about an hour, I'm thinking. Damn jerky. Ugh. I'm just trying to watch you guys' comments now. Trying to pay attention. Like I said, I get 1 or 2 comments and they fade out pretty quick. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that a little bit better. I don't like tinkering around with it when I'm actually on the live stream. Let's see if we can do this. Alright, there we go. I got that a little bit better so I can see more comments. I had it set to where just the newest comment showed up. Now 3 or 4 or 5 will roll through. I don't like tinkering that with it when I'm on a live stream because this ain't like a test. But I guess everything is you know, evolutionary whenever you're talking about YouTube. So now I'll be able to see everybody's comments a little bit longer. I do have a little bit longer to film today, but I need your guys' suggestions on what you want to see, the kind of content you want to see me film. So, like I said, we could do something here at the camp. We can go up and we can track the boys down. This ain't Bushcraft 101. I'm not hands out from the rest of the crowd like the shed trap. That's not something you see bushcrafters doing. They're stuck on their gear. Putting out a rack trap, shed trap, I don't know what we should call that. We're going to have to take a vote on that. That's not something bushcrafters do. I mean, outdoorsmen do it. And you can search YouTube for 2019 shed hunts. I mean, there's videos popping up everywhere. It's a hot topic for outdoorsmen right now. I'm in Northeast Ohio, Bill. I started this channel off as a bushcrafting channel, but they are so limited by way of content that I didn't want to stay that way. So we just evolved beyond bushcraft and we started adding in other things. And that was our first year. Now this second year, we're going to be evolving again, and we're going to be bringing in the hunting gear and the compound bow and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, hybrid and everything. We'll get back here where we got a little bit better view of the camp there. And we'll just sit down here for a minute. Ugh. Actually, you guys want to take a walk real quick and go see some shit? Come on. I'll show you the world we're in right now. Take the wife out there with me? No, my wife is not a big outdoorsy person. Actually, she's right there in the chat room. Ask her why she don't come out here with me. And here we go with me filming on, and I got the iPhone on the tripod again, and the tripod's sitting right there at the corner of the fucking screen, which is annoying as hell. And if it's annoying to me, I imagine it's got to be annoying to you guys too. Let me see what I can do here and go a little hands-free action. I'd rather be at the beach. I'm basically at the beach, babe. I'm out here working on my tan. For We're just gonna unlock this from the tripod. Yeah, I think we can stream. I don't know how well the signal's gonna hold up. If I start buffering, I'll head back towards camp, but I'll take you guys over here and show you the view. Whoa. Man, iPhone is a lot more shakier than my camera. It don't have that kind of motion sensor where it stops it from shaking when I'm walking. Check this out. Long way down, kids. I don't have to worry about nobody sneaking up on me from the north because they'd have to climb that. Mostly because I'm batshit crazy rich. I'm out here mud skiing and doing shit that would get her hurt. We got a tree that decided to grow out the side of the cliff. It's growing out instead of up. Not a bad spot, right? Ugh. Back up here to camp. This is my little overlook peak, looking down at the Wiggy Up. That's a damn good bushcrafting camp right there. And it keeps me warm when I'm out here. But I'm out here today and I'm actually seeing insects flying around, even with all the snow on the ground. Isn't that crazy? Alright, back to camp. There we go. Oops. There we go. Get this sit back up. I'm gonna go inside for a minute. I gotta put some of my stuff away. Get ready to go filming the second half of the episode. Oh, fire done went out. Oh. Ooh. Trying to maneuver all this shit, guys. There we go. Still got some hot ashes here. I gotta make sure all that shit's out. Don't want to burn the house down when I'm not here. So a couple episodes back. How long has the Wiki Up been standing? About a year. And I haven't had to do any maintenance to it. It's a debris shelter technically. Well, it's kind of a hybrid, but I haven't had to add anything else to it. The way that I got it set up, it's just, it's not going anywhere. This thing is a tank. And I made it that way. I made it to where it's kind of low maintenance, I guess you could say. Every once in a while, I'll have to put up like a handful of patch on. But that's just to cover up, like up here on this poly. If some of the leaves or something like that falls off, I just get a spot of light there and I just cover it up. So yeah, the Wiki Up has held up really, really well. I have had some things like this. Let me show you real quick. And this is just because of the outside weight of the Wickiup. You see right here on this rib, where the rib cracked? That's just from the weight on the outside that I packed on the outside of it. I got so much weight on this thing that rib cracked. But I got so much ribbing in here. One of them cracking really don't mean a damn. Some of these logs are pretty good size. Look at that one. You know, that's just a rib. I mean, I made this thing a tank. And there's the view out the front door. I left a little bit of ventilation on each side of the door, so I actually get a draft coming in here. The draft hits the fire pit, pushes the smoke out the top. So, technically, the Wickiup, the way I got it designed as far as the drafting and the hole at the top, it works just like a Dakota fire pit, where you got air coming in from the bottom, pushes the smoke out, and it just keeps going like that. You know, it's coming in like an L shape, boom, boom. And whenever that cold draft comes in from the door, it's coming in from over there. So the cold draft comes in, it hits the fire, mixes with the heat from the fire. Now that cold air coming this way is pushing a lot of the warm air back here towards my bed, and it's pushing the smoke when that primary heat column going up there is pushing the smoke straight out. So I get the heat being pushed away from the fire by the draft coming in, and then it bounces off this back wall right down onto my bed. Science. That's the, I don't, like if I have an outdoor fire, I don't put up, like a rocket stove, yes sir. Whenever I have an outdoor fire, I don't do that shit where you see bushcrafters putting up that fire reflector outdoors. That don't work. And I'll explain that real quick. Physics says it just does not work. You put up this fire reflector behind your campfire, and you think that the heat, let me go this step by step. Okay, because guys are going to argue with this. You have a fire reflector over here, your campfire's here, right? Now, these guys actually believe that the heat from this fire right here is traveling over here and bouncing back, heating up all this over here. Here's the reality of it. You got your fire right here. Heat is traveling there. 90% of it's getting absorbed by that goddamn wall, because the wall catches on fire half the time. All that heat's getting sucked right into that wood. The little bit of heat that's left, do you guys honestly believe that that heat is going to bounce off of that firewall back here, make it through that primary heat column that's going up, just punch right through that primary heat column and make its way back to you? The heat that's reflecting off of that firewall is going straight up that heat column. It ain't making it back through that fire. It don't have enough power to make it back through the campfire itself and hit you on the other side of it. Why guys think that that fire reflector back there is doing them a damn bit of good and actually warming them up, I just don't understand how you process that in your head. But physics says that that fire reflector is not reflecting anything back to you. And even if it were reflecting anything back to you, it's not going to get past that primary heat column, that heat rising off of your campfire, and make it through to the other side. So anybody that was wasting their time on that damn firewall whenever they have an outside fire pit, it ain't working. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your wood, you're wasting your calories. Physics says it doesn't work. The only thing that what you call a heat reflector does is cut down the draft, the wind going into the fire. It cuts off some of the oxygen going into the fire, so you're not burning up so much wood so fast. But you also got to think that the three other sides are still open. It's still getting plenty of oxygen. Yeah, see, you could use it as a windbreak. It stops some of the smoke from coming back to you, but if you think it's keeping you warmer, you're full of shit. It don't work that way. And I just don't do it because, well, number one, to be honest, it seems like every time I'm out, especially during the overnighters, and I have a nice campfire going, whether it's a Dakota fire pit or whatever, I'll get camp set up, I'll get the fire going, and I'll have my spot, and the wind's blowing that way, and 5 minutes later, the wind turns, and it's blowing the smoke right back in my face, every single damn time. And there's actually a meme out there for that, where there, no matter where you're sitting around the campfire, that smoke's coming right at you, no matter what. And that's because your body's acting as a windbreak too. If you sit down around a fire, your body itself is causing this void right here in front of you, and the smoke's coming in to fill that void. So that's what's happening there. You got heat reflecting off your body, and it's going straight up, and it's just sucking the smoke right to you. Yes, sir, breaking wind. That's about all it's doing. I don't need a windbreak like that. It's just a waste of time and calories. In a survival situation, you don't want to be burning up the kind of calories you invest into making windbreak fire. It's not a fair exchange. So in an actual survival situation, it's not a fair exchange to spend those calories to build that wall. You're not going to get the same value back out of it. So just keep your calories and lay your ass down. Anyway, guys, let's see how long we've been going here, and I don't know how much longer we're going to be streaming. 12:38, so we'll go about 20 more minutes on the stream, I'm thinking. If you guys got any suggestion, besides going out beaver hunting, for the second half of the next week's episode of Huntsman. Hello from Florida. Hello from Northeast Ohio. Just let me know. Pop up some suggestions on what you guys want to see in next week's episode. Like I said, it could be anything. We could do something here at camp. We could build something. We could knock something down. Yeah, a lot of people don't know better at the time. Cooking and cleaning. Alright, love you, baby. I'll be home soon. Yeah, we could do anything out here today. We got a little bit of time left. I do have to make a loop through the northern woods, and check on a couple of things up there. Like I said, I just came down here to camp to do this stream, get your guys' suggestion on what you want to see in an upcoming episode, or in the future. We could talk about the future of the channel a little bit here. Right now, we're shed hunting. That's a primary focus of content on the channel. I'm teaching you, or trying to teach you how to track, how to follow the herd, and how to get your sheds the easy way by setting out snares. That's a new topic coming up this next week. I got my compound bow ready to go as far as filming there. Got some new targets for the compound bow. We're going to have some throwing knives coming in, a throwing axe coming in. We'll start working with that. We're going to start working with a blowgun. All kinds of unconventional hunting weapons. We got that stuff coming up on the channel. We're going to be killing some animals on this channel. I don't know if that's going to offend some people or put them off or whatever, but yeah, it's a Huntsman channel. We go hunt. We didn't do it the first year because we had a lot of yeah, blowgun for rabbit and squirrel. We didn't do it the first year because we had to, you know, establish our channel and get everything going. There's a lot of work that went into this channel. And building the whole network around it. You can't just have a YouTube channel and expect it to get anywhere. You have to build an entire social network around it. So I spent the first year doing that. And we've put out enough videos on the channel now where we basically released a video every single day for the past year. Hey, Yank. So yeah, there's enough content on the channel to claim that we released one single video every day. Yeah, I agree, Grim. It is part of survival, but I really don't do it for the survival aspect. Well, I guess you could say that I do. When I was growing up, as soon as I was old enough to shoot a gun and have a 12 gauge not knock me on my ass, it was my dad sort of made it a chore for me to go out hunting with him. We go out, we get 15, 20 guys together and go out every year for whitetail season. And we had to do that because I had 3 sisters and a baby brother, and we didn't have a lot of money. So deer hunting and hunting wild game was a way that we sort of supplemented our food stores. And we had to go out there and get that damn deer no matter what size it was, and get it processed up to fill that freezer for winter. So there are a lot of people out there that hobby hunt, and they sort of turn themselves, just like bushcrafters. You got a lot of hunters out there that turn it into a business. For me, it's not a business. And whenever I see people out there who get into hunting and then, you know, they turn into some product pusher or an Instagram model with camo on, that it doesn't really offend me. It just kind of puts me off. Like, I don't want to associate with you if you're just about out there doing it for the money. And it's the same with bushcrafters. If you call yourself an entrepreneur, you're not a bushcrafter that I want to watch. You need to get a fucking job. And I got my tax revenue and everything that you get off of the channel at the end of the year. So I got my statement, and whenever I put it into my tax shit, it said that I would have to pay in. The thing about it is, though, to develop the channel and keep everything going, from literally everything that you see me use in this series as a tax write-off. And it's the same with the time it took me to promote it, the time it, you know, all of the work that I put into it. It's basically self-employment. YouTube is basically self-employment. After you get monetized, and you do have to pay taxes on everything that you get, and those taxes are fucking ridiculous. So if you're smart and if you're at monetization status, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but if you're smart and you're not monetized yet, a bushcraft beginner, I'm just a redneck. I'm not anything really. I'm just a country boy coming out here doing the same shit that I did when I was a kid. I'm not a professional. I'm not good at anything. I don't put a label on it. I don't claim a title. I'm just a fucking redneck country boy coming out here doing what I've always done. And there's nothing fancy about it, and there's really nothing fancy about what I do. I do it different. I try to cover different topics, and I don't want to be like all the other guys, and I sure as hell don't want to be in that little clique. These guys, you know, the mega bushcrafting channels that also put about anything as long as they're making money doing it. And you got some guys, they won't even go out unless they get a sponsor to pay them to go out. That's some bullshit. That's some goddamn city slicker sons of bitches doing that shit. I'm out here to be out here, and I would be out here whether the camera was rolling or not. We're gonna get out of this. Get up, move around a little bit. I'm gonna go on a little adventure. Arkansas hillbilly. I've been to Arkansas, Jersey, and heading over to Iceland. I picked her up about 6 o'clock at night, right? She decided on 6:30 the entire way. Got pulled over. We went. That was a pretty fucking cool deal and a hell of a road trip. Yeah, I've been to Arkansas. And I do miss that girl. Shut the house up. Drop that down real quick. There we are. I don't like getting too far away from camp with the door unlocked, you know what I mean? I actually set that limb up at that Y stick that I use to keep the door propped up. I actually set it off to the side, and it's up underneath a different twig. So if somebody comes along and pulls that door open, somebody sneaking around my camp pulls that door open and busts that twig up at the top, I know somebody was in my shoulder whenever I wasn't home. It's my security system. We'll take a little walk here. Just buffering. Hey, Silent Wolf. Let's see where we're at here, guys. Are you guys having any trouble with the stream at all? Everything's streaming good? We're pretty deep into it. This is coming back a little bit. Yeah, it might have been because, I don't know. Like I said, we're pretty deep in. I'm streaming on 2 bars right now. Good now? Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's just because we got outside of the wiki up. I don't know if it's interrupting the signal, but my signal's weak to begin with, so. Awesome, cool. I'm gonna turn you guys around. You don't need to be staring at my ugly mug. We're gonna take a little walk here. Let me get this adjusted. Where tripod's not in the way. All right, there we go. We're gonna go on an adventure. I'll take you guys along with me here. Okay. Just a little tour. That's someplace I gotta go real quick. And it happens to be on the other side of a frozen creek. Like I said earlier, it did get up to about 40 out here. All this snow's melting. It's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow, so most of it's going to be gone. And whenever it is gone, a lot of different things are going to happen. The waterfalls are going to be flowing like a motherfucker. If there are any sheds on the ground anywhere, which I know is a little too early, they'd be easier to spot because you spot them against the dark leaves when the leaves are wet like that. And the environment's going to change a little bit. Just trying to make it through this grove. Now this grove over here that I'm walking through right now, this is on the west side of my camp. So this is all windbreak. So my primary winds come in from the west, and they have to go through all these hemlocks before they even get to my camp. Then they have to go through the windbreak that's beside the wickiup and through the wickiup. It's a pretty damn good setup. Plus, all of these hemlocks offer a lot of cover and camouflage for the camp too. You can't see it at all if you're not right up on it. Walk along a little bit here. Check this shit out. This is from an episode way back in the fall, and these things are still here. And they're huge. These are actually edible when they're fresh. They're a wax form, but they're edible. Even that damn big. Pretty cool, huh? In one episode, there was a toad hopping along here, and I had a toad sitting up on that damn thing. Yeah. These actually have enough wax in them. I'll light a wick on there and it burned like a candle. That down there's the creek I gotta cross to get back to where I need to be. You remember that toad? Yeah, that was a good picture. I love that damn picture. I don't know why. I played with that toad, getting him on film for about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes before I decided to just leave him alone and let him go. Now, I don't want to get too far out there because it's all ice. We might be able to get a shot of the creek. There we go. Not such a bad view, right? I put my hammock up here in the summertime and just sit here drinking beer. It is a good way down there though, and we gotta go down there. I had somebody mention in my last live stream that they never see bushcrafters or outdoorsmen doing live streams like I'm doing now. They usually do it from home or something like that. I actually have a Wi-Fi signal booster, but even with my Wi-Fi signal booster, I can't get more than 2 or 3 bars in most places out here. So we do get that little bit of buffering every once in a while. I do what I can, you know, bring you guys along with me. Doing it live is a lot different than filming it on a handheld camera and then, you know, going through all of the shit, editing and processing where everything's perfect. Yeah, a lot of guys can't get bars when they're out. That's why they just don't try to do it. Turn you around here. You can see my footprints where I came up. Whoa, slipped. Anything can happen on a live stream. That's why I like doing it. If I fall on my ass, there's no way to edit it out. You guys are going to see it, and you're going to laugh at me, and we'll have a good chuckle. I think the organicness of a live stream is important. Plus, we get to talk one-on-one. You guys can see how I am in an episode, but, you know, being able to talk to me while I'm actually out here, it's good for me, and I hope it's enjoyable for you guys. Usually whenever I'm trying to climb down there, I just put my 1 foot hold there, and then the other route. That's a redneck staircase right there. Here's the scary part. I need to get over there, and that's frozen. Now, it held my weight the first time, but I did get some crack-a-lacking going on. I don't know if it's going to hold my weight too much longer. So I actually want to get back across it before it thaws out any more than it does. And we're going to do this live. You can see where it's already melted right there. I got to try to cross this right quick and get back over there to that other side. Like I said, we're going to try to do this ice crossing live and not get ourselves dead. Yeah, like I said, it held my weight when I crossed it the first time, but I don't know if it's going to do it the second time. You guys just listen for cracks, all right? Whoa. Yeah, see how it's thawing out? And I got a stress crack right here. Never really make it out on the camera. We're just going to go real slow across this. That shit right there is what I don't like. Look at that. That's a little too close to the surface, boys and girls. I want to stay away from that. Woo. Bear with me, guys. We're almost there. This shit's crazy. I try to keep my feet a little bit further apart whenever I'm doing this. I see bubbles flowing right up from underneath my boots, man. Look at that shit. I keep my feet farther apart so my weight's more evenly distributed across the ice and not so focused in one spot. It helps. Alright. Wasn't that fun? Yeah, that there ain't gonna stay frozen much longer. So I wanted to get back over here across it before it thawed out more, and I just wasn't able to get back over without. I thought I was going in there for a minute too. It kept cracking. That was not a pleasant situation to be in. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I was quivering there a little bit. Whew. Huntsman live, that's the kind of shit we do out here. Pretty blue sky. That's a rare sight this time of year. Usually it's all fucking overcast and dreary in my area. Get up here where I used to was. I could see some patterns forming here. This area here, where the snow's melting faster. That's because water was flowing in here. These are all washout marks. They're flooding through here. I would never build a camp up on this side of it, that creek back there, just because it floods out so bad. You can see all of the flow marks there on the ground. There just wouldn't be a point to build in an area like this. One, it's going to get washed out, and two, even if it doesn't get washed out, imagine the mosquitoes up in here in the summertime. They'd be brutal. we're just taking a little walk now, guys. Figured you'd unseen the camp, might as well see some of the forest around it. Now in the summertime, this is all like ferns and greenery, and it is absolutely beautiful. In the spring, we get all kinds of wildflowers, even growing down here in this floodplain. Wildflowers are growing here, and it'll just be a carpet of color. Beautiful. I can't wait to get back out here for that. And then all the way over that way, yeah, mosquitoes are a pain here too. They really don't bother me though. And I've been out with other people. I've been out with other people quite a few times, and they're getting swarmed by mosquitoes, and they just don't get me. Even if they do get me, I don't have an allergic reaction to their bite, so it doesn't itch. I don't even really notice them. But on past the main creek over there, last fall, yeah, punky wood smoke them out. That does help a little bit, or seems to. Last fall, or last late spring, I ran into a patch of morel mushrooms over there on the other side of the creek, and I'm waiting for spring to get here and morel season to come around. Where I'm at right now is private property. Where I film the deer herd, that is public land. So whenever it comes to shed hunting HB's rack, HB stays in public land. So anybody can go in there and hunt that rack. So far, I've only had one guy just flat out tell me he's in there after racks. I'm sure there are some other shed hunters out there, but I do have the competition for that one guy in there trying to get HB's rack, and legally there's nothing I can do about it because HB will not get off of that public land. He just stays right there. Him and his boys stay right there. So if the deer are on public land, there's nothing you can do about it. It's first come, first serve. And that's whenever it comes to hunting them, or whenever it comes to just shed hunting. Check this out. Turn their camera around there. Coyote tracks. Old ones. Damn coyotes are everywhere. Well, this ain't quite flowing yet, but this right up here is a waterfall. Tomorrow, if it gets up as high as they're claiming it's going to get, tomorrow there's going to be a waterfall coming right down through there, and you can see that in some of my earlier videos. It's an absolutely gorgeous waterfall. This section of forest right here, what happens is I get a waterfall coming down right there where it's a little bit darker. It actually divides, it forks right there. I get a waterfall over here, a waterfall right there. I get a waterfall here, and then on the other side of the hill I get another waterfall. All boom, boom, boom. Just waterfall valley right here, especially in the spring and early summer. That's just a train, but look at this. There's a sign of hope. Some greenery coming up already. It ain't gonna be too long, guys. Winter here in the north will be over. That's the climb I gotta make to get out of here. One more trip down this way, and then we've been at this for a little over an hour now. So if you guys got suggestions as far as directing the second half of the episode, we got to sort of focus on that right now, and you guys tell me what kind of shit you would like to see as far as the second half of next week's episode goes. The first half of it is going to be out there. Yeah, short winter, that's the rumor. I seen that too. Groundhog did not see his shadow in Ohio or Pennsylvania. But like I was saying there, next week's episode, I show you the trick of the sheds. Wood processing. Alright, you want to see some wood processing? I'll show you some fucking wood processing. Actually, we're going to have the secret to the 3-second firewood processing up in the episode. I'm not hunting today. Hunting season's over, Mark. It is not hunting season in Northeast Ohio right now. That's all done. We're doing some tracking. Come out doing some shed hunting. And now we're just live streaming, enjoying the sights. Oh, I think we can get down here on the rocks and be all right. I don't think I'll be crossing that today. Fatwood's actually not too bad. It's pretty easy to find out here. We got some pine and a lot of hemlock. The hemlock don't like to give up fatwood as much as some of the spruce and pine does. But hemlock is a good fire starter. You could take a dead hemlock bow, just ball it up into a bird's nest, light it right up, have your fire going in 3 seconds flat. Yep, exactly, Grim. Not just fatwood, but there's a lot of resin all the way through. So you don't even have to get decent fatwood off of it. The shit's just gonna burn. I'm glad to have you along, Bill. Hope you enjoy the scenery. We're gonna get up here a ways and let's see where we're at. Whoa. Deep ass snow down here. Too low in the valley for it to be melting much yet. No, I don't, Mark. My live streams are kind of random. This one was a bit more planned out. I mean, I give a day notice. A lot of times, subscribers to my channel just see me pop up out of nowhere. And usually if I pop up on a live stream, it means I'm about to do some crazy shit. So I don't just stream just to stream. I do it to get in touch with everybody. You know, kind of interact with the subs a little bit. Meet some new people. Like if you guys were to tweet this out or share it on Facebook or something like that, some of your friends come in and hang out with us. We all get to mix and mingle, support each other's channels and efforts, make some new friends, that kind of shit. That's kind of why I do the live streams, but they're pretty rare. Ooh. I'm gonna start making that ascent. When these aren't flowing, it's a pretty good route out because usually they're rock bottom and the rocks tend to be frozen, so it gives you a good foothold. Yeah, I apologize. I said I was going to be doing some more live streams every now and then. I can't even remember the last one I did. It wasn't too long ago. We did a live stream and everybody's always saying that they miss them or they wish there was more, so I thought I'd give us a good long run live stream today. Get out here, do a couple of things at the camp, show it off a little bit, and now we're just kind of hiking around enjoying the scenery. I had to get up and move because it is warmer out here than it was, But I had to get up and move around because I was getting cold sitting at camp. So, you know, when you see us, when the sun is still blue like that, it's fucking cold outside. So I had to get up and move around a little bit, guys, just so I could get my body temperature back up some. And right now I'm just trying to navigate this shit. It's an incline, no matter which way I go. A security, you know, that is a brilliant idea. I just built a snowman in front of the wiki up, post that shit all over social media. And build a fire reflector. I'm gonna build a fire reflector with a snowman sitting in front of it, just so I can see if it melts the snowman. I guarantee it won't. Hey, how about I build a snowman sitting around the campfire? Have his little stick arm out there holding a hot dog. That would be fucking brilliant. Check out these. These here are glacial deposits. These were dropped off during the last ice age. These boulders laying down in here are 14 million years old. At least. I learned that from a local naturalist. A buddy of mine. I'm always sending him pictures of the flora and fauna out here if it's something that I can't identify. And he knows a lot about the geology of the area. He was telling me these boulders are 14 fucking million years old. And we got lichen on one side here. We got the moss growing right next to it. All this stuff is really delicate. I don't like messing with these boulders too much because, you know, fuck with that lichen and it could kill the colony. And I like everything green. So, yeah, I don't like messing with them too much, but it is cool to know the geology of your area. Going back as far as you can learn it. This was all inland sea. I don't know if you guys in the live stream here have heard me mention that before, but everything that I'm walking through, this forest that I'm walking through, was underwater after the last ice age. It flooded this whole area, and there were sharks and dinosaurs swimming around right where I'm walking at right now. And we can still find their fossils in a lot of these rocks. This was dinosaur territory. All of this part of Ohio, most of Canada, was all underwater. It was a pretty deep freshwater sea. I wish somebody would actually make a map. Yep. I wish somebody would actually make a map of how far that inland sea went. I'd like to know how far south it went and, you know, the depth. And I'm sure if I went to, we have a natural history museum. I'm sure if I went over there that they would give me some insights on how big the sea was. Here's my favorite damn tree in this woods. And it's just grabbing one of the boulders. I like coming back to this thing every once in a while. I never seen it with snow around it before. But don't that look like a claw just grabbing hold of the boulder? I love that tree. I always wanted to cut that damn thing out and just put it up in my front yard. Yeah, I love coming back to that. That's actually one of the landmarks that I guess you could say that lets me know where in the forest I am. If I can find that tree, I know where I'm at. I do that with a lot of things out here because this forest is so big. Now I tend to wander around a certain part of it, but the forest itself is so big, so if I'm out here day hiking and I get into sections that I don't know, I'm paying attention to the landscape and a lot of the unique features, whether it's a tree or a boulder or something that's just out of place, that helps me kind of guide my way without using a map or a compass or anything like that. I just pay attention to the rocks and the trees, and they tell me where to go. Whew, get a little winded. We'll go up there, have us to sit down. Yeah, I think we can do that. See if I can get this situated here where it won't fall down on me. Oh. Get y'all settled back in here. There we are. Oh. Still a little chilly out, but we're having a good time. Take it easy, Grim. This is one of my longer live streams. Usually I don't go too much over an hour. We're going on 75 minutes now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I figured if you didn't enjoy it, you wouldn't still be here though, right? Free will and all that. So, still got a few of you left in here. You guys get a serious suggestion on what you want to see for my second half of the filming day, please let me know. Just let me know what you want to see, guys. If you want me to go up and track the deer, we can do that, or I can head back down to camp and do something down there. Whatever you guys want to see is what I'm going to be filming. So if you have any serious suggestions, go ahead and throw them up. If not, then I'll just kind of come up with something and do it ad lib. And we'll go that route, and then it'll all be a surprise. It's up to you guys. Whatever you want me to do, if I'm capable of doing it, I'll do it. Should fix me another cup of coffee to drink along the way. My club? What are you talking about, my club? A hunting club? I ain't in a hunting club. I hunt by myself. I used to hunt with about 20 guys when I was younger, but when I moved away, and I appreciate that, Rich. I'm glad you like it. I moved away. I'm about a little over 100 miles of where I used to live, so I moved away from all those guys, and I'm up here by myself. I don't have no family in the area. I don't have no friends in the area. It's just me and my wife. Of course, my wife's family lives up here. That's why I moved up here. But yeah, I don't have a club that I go hunting with, or guys that I hang out with, or anything like that. I'm up here and out here in this forest all by myself each time. I did have one guy on a previous episode. I had my brother, my younger brother, on an episode. He's trying to bounce back from a car accident. Oh no, this is just the channel. This is just live streaming for the channel. Getting in touch with everybody, seeing how everybody's doing, and just hanging out for a bit. But yeah, I had my brother in the episode. He had just was recovering from a car accident. He's got a scar going from the side of his neck all the way down, wrapping around his arm from that car accident. Had all kind of wires and pins and screws and everything in his shoulder. He was about, I don't know, 80% healed up from that. Had to have another surgery. So I brought him out here hiking to help him out. The gear I brought with me today, well, let's see what we got in here. I actually have my regular pack on me. So on the outside of the pack, these are ferro rods, my side fire starting kit. Keep them in there. Other side, we have the Kuxa. Let's see what we got on the inside here. Got my Bushcraft knife from Deep Woods Bushcraft and Survival, the Facebook group. I always carry this with me. Sometimes I have it on my belt. Sometimes I just throw it in the pack. Today I just threw it in the pack because I really didn't need to be using it, and I didn't want to have it on my belt in the rough terrain. Got my compass pouch, magnifying glass, and this is my compass with sundial on it. You guys seen that before, right? So anytime I come out, I'm carrying a compass with me. We got some paracord. This is my camo pack for my face paint, and I keep an extra blind in there. I got heating packs with me in here. These actually go into the back of my hat, and they're just like hand warmers, but they're for the inside of your hat. Got them in there. Don't really need those today. It's like 40 degrees. We got the Jack Link's Hickory Smoked Beef Jerky. Stainless steel cup. This is not titanium because fuck that. My mess kit. We got the grill. Oh yeah, we got the biofuel. Got a can of that. Keep it handy. Got coffee. We got my new light. Now this one I need to be filming the review for this. This is the one that I had in the last live stream where we were live streaming after dark, and the other LED light was failing on me, and this thing held up when the other one didn't. Yeah, I'll be doing a review on that and giving you guys links to where you can get your hands on one of these, man. I really suggest you get one of these. It held up in negative 12 degrees with a negative 40 degree wind chill. The battery in this held up against that kind of cold. And it saved my ass that night, for real. Like, all my other lights were failing me, and this one got me out of the woods. Bottle of water. We got Cricket 5-minute fire starters in here. Hot chocolates there in the bottom. Got my custom handle axe right there. We got that all carved up. You guys can actually see the video of me carving this axe up on the channel, putting all the Nordic runes in there, and then you got the Huntsman right there on the side of it. Yep, that's my axe. Got that in there. Got my saw in here. So yep, this is my this is the gear that I normally carry. Like if you see me with this camo backpack on, this is the kind of shit that's almost always in here. The mess kit, the coffee cup, I mean all of it. And that's just my everyday carry shit. Like whenever I'm coming out to camp, I bring camp shit with me. Now earlier today, whenever I was up on the south end of the woods and I was doing the shed hunting bit and I was focused on the deer, I did not carry all this shit with me. I carried out 2 bags today. I brought this one for coming down to camp and doing the live stream because I'm crossing frozen rivers, you know, the ice crossing and all that, and I'm going over really rough terrain, so I made sure that I had the gear for that. But whenever I was up there on the south end and I was just doing the sheds and focused on the deer, god damn, son, I'm close to the road. Can you hear all that up there? Sounds like some dumb motherfucker on a bike. The road's right up there at the top of the ridge. Anyway, whenever I was out doing the sheds, I had a different backpack on. And that backpack had my deer attractant, apples, molasses, the wire that I used to put up the snares for the sheds, and stuff just for the deer. So whenever I come out, I kind of cater to whatever the fuck it is I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to carry this thing with me if I'm just out tracking deer. There's no point to be carrying this with me just because I'm out tracking deer. But whenever I come down into this terrain and I'm heading to camp, I want my camp shit with me. And that's just because, and I brought all of that shit just because I knew I was going to be fixing lunch down here. I was going to be heating up a cup of coffee this morning and my hot chocolate this afternoon. So yeah, you know, I bring gear with me whenever it's necessary, but I don't take it whenever it's not necessary. I take what I need for the day, or take what I need for however long I'm going to be out, and I leave the rest of the shit at home. Because I can make my way out here pretty easy with a handful of items. I don't need 101 different ones to do it. So yeah, whenever I packed up last, and that's the gear breakdown, boys and girls. We're gonna start climbing a little bit higher up this hill. Because we've been doing this for almost 85 minutes now. And I still got some more filming to do today. And I need to be getting to that. So, over this damn log. Y'all can take this hike up the hill with me, which is gonna be pleasant as fuck. And then whenever we get up to the top, we're gonna wrap up this live stream. So without further ado, actually, I think I'm gonna have to go hands-free on this because the snow is getting really slick. So let me strap the tripod to my backpack. I might get a little jolty here, guys, I apologize. I'm gonna strap the tripod to my backpack and climb this hands-free. So, if I do have to grab a hold of something because of sliding down the hill, I can. Just let me sit down right there. This is another trick that I do. The straps on the top of my pack. I just strap my tripod right to that. And I don't have to worry about having my hand tied up. And I don't have to worry about dropping the tripod. I kind of want to get up there and find out what them dumb motherfuckers are doing making all that holy hell noise. Oh yeah, that would be cool. I'm a simple man. I try to find simple ways. Humans have this funny way of wanting to overcomplicate shit, thinking that if it's more complicated, it's more legit. And I just think they're all full of shit. Never use 1,000 items when one will do. Snowmobiles. I'll tell you what, man, if somebody was up here riding snowmobiles in this terrain, they're a dumb motherfucker, because they'll go right off the edge of a cliff. This ain't snowmobile territory here. I mean, look at this. Would you run and ride a snowmobile through all this shit? Alright. See if we can make our way up here, guys. When I get to the top of that ridge up there, we're going to cut this live stream off. We've been going for a good minute now. You got to be getting bored with me talking, right? We're going to try to use this down tree as footholds to get up there as far as we can. That's how I normally do it. I've never had to make this climb with snow on the ground. Every time I tried to make this climb before, it was just mud. A little early for that kind of shit to be popping up. So the snow might give me a little bit better foothold, or it might just make me slide right back down the hill. We gonna make it though. We tough. Whoa! Ow. So, that foot just slid right out from underneath me, and this leg came right down on that damn log. Just like that. Hit my shin right on that log. That was fun. Live streaming, guys. First we're walking on cracking ice, and now we're sliding down fucking hills trying to get dead by a tree. I really do hate this climb. It gets my heart pounding so fucking hard. It's just steady incline all the way up. Helps to be in shape. I do need to work on my cardio a little bit more. I need to start listening to Hannah and go jogging. Jogging is the one thing that I don't do. Got weight bench, punching bag, in the martial arts, out here hiking all the damn time. But I do not run. Whew. And that is one of the things, guys that give guided hunting tours, the one thing that I do lose boys in is poor physical health. If you're out here and you can't keep your wind, you can't go through terrain like this because you're just in shitty health. Yeah, there is a physicality to this kind of terrain, and this is nothing really. Those guys out west in the mountains do all the hunting out there, man, or hunting up in Alaska. You have to be in top physical shape to be able to go through that terrain. A lot of guys pay to go out there hunting, and the guy, you know, they got a guide and everything. Guide's more than willing to take them out there hunting, but they just can't walk through the terrain. Every time they try to walk through the terrain, man, they just lose their breath, or it feels like their heart's fixing to fly out of their chest. Some shit like that, just because they're in just bad physical shape. You got to be in good shape to be doing this kind of shit, or you're putting yourself and you're putting others at risk. And that kind of shit right there is why I'm only about a quarter of the way up this hill. I still got that there to go through. Can't be an idiot and can't be out of shape trying to do this shit. Now this is the part where I go tree to tree. I'll grab that tree and then I'll jump over to that tree and then on up and up and up. Swing through there like Tarzan. Because it gets a little steeper right here. This is the hard one because that one's so fucking far away. So I gotta get a foothold on this and kind of bend my knee a little bit and jump up there. It'll be fun. You hang on. Yeah, like that. Then we swing over to this one. We'll come over here. And we try not to go that way. And then we gotta jump to that end of the log and grab that end of the log. That's not so bad. How you like that view, guys? So what I'm saying, man, I'm in pretty good shape, and this shit wins me. My wife ain't in that good a shape. If I were to bring her out here, she'd have a damn heart attack. Alright, we almost there. Now with the bait, I jump over there, I could jump up to that one. So you go jump up to that one. That little ledge right there I can get on. Alright. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. Hang on, guys. I can grab that root right there. Shit, I'm slipping. There we go. Whew. And a long way down. Now, if I was to go tumbling down that, I probably wouldn't get killed, but it probably wouldn't be pleasant either. Top of the world. Turn around here. There we go. Yeah, I'm real close to the road right now. I can't see it, but I can hear it. Cup of coffee, that'd be a good spot, right? That tree holding me up. How many times you guys see me doing this? Like, the only thing holding me up, falling down that damn cliff, is a tree that I get behind. It's big enough to hold my weight. Yeah, good times. We're almost there now. Oh, at least the ground level's out here a little bit. Some deer tracks. Oh, it might be coyote. That's a coyote, but they're old. Yeah, it's a doozy climb. Alright guys, I'm only about maybe 50 yards from the road now. So get up there and oh, you dumb motherfucker. Alright, damn noise, man. Humans are just arrogant like that. I don't like guys revving up their motor like they got a pair. Fucking motor's doing all the work. But I come up through here on that road, and there usually ain't much traffic on that road. They come up through here and they do all that kind of shit, and it's just spooking the animals. If I'm out here trying to film the herd and some dumbass tries to do that shit, I just want to go and punch that motherfucker in the throat. Spooking my deer. So the truck's right up there at the top of the ridge. I gotta get up there, refit my gear for filming the second half of the day. I really didn't get a lot of realistic suggestions on what to be filming, you guys. Y'all been watching. And I got a couple of suggestions, but they were just funny. So what I'm gonna do is I'll get up there and I'll refit. I got one more lap I need to make through the southern edge of the woods today. And that's just because I put out all the snares and I put the trail cam in a new site. I want to familiarize myself with that loop so I don't come out here like after work when I only got like an hour of daylight left. I got to be able to go in there and find that shit, like boom, and get back out before it gets dark. So the last loop I'm making through there is just to familiarize myself with the markers that I left out there, so I know where to look. Just because they're all new spots. The trail cam's in a new spot. I got 3 snares out there that are all new. Left a little tag up to help me find them. So all I'm going to be doing is going around there and finding those tags, and then getting out of the area, because I baited all of those snares and everything. I want the boys to be able to come right back up in there and get that bait and see if we can snag us a rack. Then I'll get home, and I got hours and hours of fucking footage that I need to go through. I did retrieve the memory card from the trail cam with 47 different clips on it. So tonight I'll sit down and I'll go through those clips, and we'll be putting up a new video for what the trail cam picked up. You guys are gonna find it fucking hilarious, some of the shit that came up on that trail cam. Got the old crows coming in. 2 of them. I used to have a crow call when I was a teenager. I went out in this bean field behind our farm, and I started playing with that crow call, and it sounded like, it was kind of high pitched. It sounded like a wounded baby, almost. And this was right after the harvest, so it had to be in like October or some shit like that. Anyway, I'm out there playing with this crow call, and I didn't know how to use a crow call. Hell, I could only been like maybe 8 or 9 years old. And the next thing I know, this whole flock of crows was like swirling around like this, like a hurricane all around me, man. And they were dive bombing me and all kinds of shit. And it scared the hell out of me. So I run back in and I tell my dad what happened. And he blew on the call a couple of times, and he's like, yeah, they probably thought you had one of their babies. And I went back out, and I did it again. That whole flock came back in, started swarming around me again. The second time I was okay with it. I thought it was kind of cool, but man, they were some pissed off crows. I ended up losing that crow call, and I've never been able to find that right pitch since. I've bought maybe 5 or 6 other crow calls for, you know, for hunting and shit like that, but I've never found that one pitch that makes them swarm around like that and just go ape shit nuts. I wish to God I could remember what brand or what model number that one crow call was, but that was fucking 30 years ago. Oh. The loop. Yeah, I got most of that on my second part, or because I've been out here filming since sunrise. So we go through, we find the boys early on, and then we get back to the trail cam, and I checked it out, and I got 47 clips, and I'm all excited, and I start scrolling through the clips and everything, and I'll be damned if 99% of them were fucking coyotes. So that pissed me off a little bit. So I went ahead and I pulled the trail cam out, and we moved it up to the north end of the woods. Found a new spot where we had some rubbing action going on, and a couple of deer beds. You can see the snow melted where the deer laid down. Nice open area. So we put the trail cam up there. Once we got the trail cam up, then I went around and I put the snares up different points of the woods. We did a little bit of tracking, trying to see how they were moving through the area, find good spots to put those, because I didn't want to just put them out randomly. I want to put them where the deer are going to be, you know. So we go through a step-by-step guide on how to put up those snares, so you can get your sheds off early, or at least have a chance. It's kind of like, you know, putting in a lottery ticket. At least you have a chance of going and checking those traps and finding your racks right there. So if you're out shed hunting, you put up a snare like that, you always check your snares first, and then you just spiral around the snare, because even if it didn't fall off right at the snare, that snare might have knocked it loose enough to where, as the deer was walking away, he just went ahead and dropped it on the ground. So it gives you a search area, I guess you could say. You go to your snare. If it's not right under the snare, you start walking in a spiraling outward from your snare, looking for those sheds. Gives you a search area and a good pattern to go by. A lot of guys try to think they're gonna crisscross the woods or kind of like CSI that shit, but you cannot realistically crisscross the woods and get a grid down. It don't work that way. And anybody that's been out in the woods will tell you, you never walk in a straight line through the woods. You're always weaving in and out of trees or briar patches, or, you know, the terrain. So you can't grid it out, but you can spiral. If you go out in a spiral, then you're always walking in an arch, so you can maneuver around all that shit. And that's what the FBI does whenever they're looking for shell casings. They don't grid it out back and forth. They walk out in a spiral. Don't ask me how I know that. I'm not allowed to tell you. Alright, I'm back up to the road now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. I'm going to get back to the truck up here and refit my gear for the second half of the day. I don't need the kind of weight that I'm carrying right now. Just to go on a light hike back up through that section, see what we run into. I might get up in there, sit down, and keep my ass quiet for a while, and see if we can call in some yotes. I don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, I've been out here filming since sunrise. I don't know what time it is now. What time is it now? Somebody let me know. I don't want to be tinkering around with my phone and lose y'all. Anybody? 1:45? Yeah, I've been out here for a bit. Stop and burn one. Yeah. I don't see that happening out here. But I will get back up to the truck and refit, make that last loop. We might run into something up there, I don't know. And maybe, I mean, I've been down in the valley for a couple of hours now. Maybe if we go back and we check the snares, we might have something laying up underneath them already. They might have come in right behind me, smelling that molasses and apple that I put down, and went up there to grab it, and a rat came off. We don't know. Next couple of days, I'm gonna be coming out here after work. I get off of work. I get off at 3:30. Court gets off at 4:30, so I get off. I go pick her up. Then I bring my ass out here to the woods. So I got from about 5:30, 6 o'clock to come out here and get a little something done before it gets dark. I mean, you guys have seen me out here after dark. I like live streaming after dark. Those are fun. We have a good time because it's just a different feel if you're live streaming after dark. You can't see shit, but it's fun to watch. I don't know why. But yeah, I try to get out after work, and that's going to be the theme for the next week. We have this yeah, I appreciate you being along, Rich. Like I said, we're going to be trying to do the live streams a little bit more often. As long as you guys enjoy them, I'll do them. You know, everything about the channel's for you guys, for real. I mean, I could come out here and do this for myself and not carry the camera with me. The only reason I'm carrying the camera with me is because there's a handful of people out there in the world that enjoy coming along for the ride. So as far as the filming goes, the videos on the channel, that's all for your enjoyment. You can watch what you want. You can, it's like a salad bar. You go through, pick and choose what you want, and leave the rest, and that's fine by me. I'm not out here trying to make a living. I'm just trying out here to entertain you guys, and I hope I do that, and I hope I can continue to do that for a long time to come. But yeah, I'm back at the truck now, so I'm gonna get up here, refit my pack, get the other pack on, and then I'll head in, do that last loop. Really appreciate you guys coming along with me. This was the longest stream I've done, and it was a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for stopping in. If you guys do come up with an idea for an upcoming episode or anything like that, there's a post in the community section of the channel. You can always go to the community section of the channel. Just drop a comment in there of something that you would like to see me film or a topic that you would like to see me discuss. And that's what I'll do. I'm here to serve you guys. So if you have questions or you want to see something filmed, you want to see something done, and I'm able to do it for you, then I'll get out here and do it for you. So always check into the community tab there at the, you go to my channel, the homepage of the channel, hit on the community tab. There's a section in there where you can drop your ideas for future episodes, shit you guys want to see, shit you guys want to see me comment on or talk about, or, I mean, it's all up to you guys for real. I have some ideas of what I need to be doing out here and what I want to film, but you know, I could go on and on and on just doing my own thing and not talking to you guys at all, not getting your feedback or your insight or your input, and then we just don't have that connection. Like, we end up drifting apart. So I figure if you guys are involved in the creation process and the brainstorming of it all, then you'll see something that you actually want to see, as opposed to something that I would be force feeding you, or, you know, that's what other channels do. And that's why they put all those ads right at the beginning of their videos. They're force feeding you shit that you don't want to see, so you might get to something that you do want to see. I want to skip all that and just get right to the stuff you want to see. So, community section, guys. That's what it's there for. So we can be a community and talk. Here's that galvanized steel wire 25-pound test that I put up for the snares out there today. We'll be going through this next week's episode, how I laid them all out. And I might not wait till the episode. I might just go ahead and cut that footage out of the main episode, so you guys don't have to sit through an hour-long episode to get to the how-to set up a rack snare. You can just go see it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna settle in here for a second, catch my breath and rest a bit, refit the pack to make this last loop. Yeah, it was a good time, guys. So, final questions, comments, queries. The Huntsman snowman. Yes, sir, we're going to do that. I'll tell you what, this is all going to melt tomorrow. But the next time we get a snowfall, I'm going to build a snowman sitting in front of a campfire with a fire reflector on the other side of the sumbitch. Just to stick it to all the people who think that fire reflector is going to warm them up more. That's how we're going to make fun of them. Plug this in for a little bit of a charge here. Got just a few more minutes, guys, and we're going to be wrapping this up. It's always hard to shut down a live stream for some reason. Like, you always got guys, you know, still hanging around the room, or we just had one more come in, one more might leave. Somebody might come in late, and they say hi, and then the stream goes on a little bit longer, and a little bit longer, and a little bit longer. Next thing you know, you're divorced, and your kids have graduated from high school, and that stream's still going. Cold coffee from my ride up here this morning. Always good. Alright, guys, I gotta wrap it up. I keep saying that I'm gonna wrap it up. I was gonna wrap it up at the top of the hill, and then I get up here to the truck, and I'm gonna wrap it up, but now I gotta wrap it up. So I appreciate y'all who came along with me. Thank you for tagging along and talking to me while I'm out here on this whole day long filming trip. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll stick around to see what we come up with next. If you have anything that you would like to see filmed and didn't get here in the live stream, just pop it up on the community section of the channel, and I will make note of it and get to it. Jefferson, as always, I appreciate you, brother, stopping by. You've always been a great supporter of the channel. It's really cool that you come in. I always see you here and there. Hey, Spearn. We're getting ready to wrap up the stream. We had a good time out here today. But I've been going at this for a long time now. Hey, Bill, thank you for coming along with me today. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you come back for the next one. We're going to be doing the next one soon. I'll try to make an announcement on the channel. Actually caught one even though it's at the end. I'm sorry, man. We've been going at this for 111 minutes now. God damn, man. You'd think I would have run out of shit to talk about now. I'm like one of them goddamn beauty bloggers. Just go on and on and on. Don't say shit. Alright, guys. I will catch you all later. Like I said, if you have any thing that you want me to see me film, just pop it up on the community section and we'll get to it, okay?